All right, guys, welcome to Gig Masters. I know it's been a minute since I've posted. I've just had, the last year and a half has just been crazy. My schedule is just off the charts. I'm working in a tourist area down in South Florida for the past 30 years, and I can't remember when I've been this busy. And this is kind of why I wanted to make this video. You know how I'm always saying, let's go get these gigs? Well, sometimes when you build up your branding and you establish yourself in a market, the gigs will come and get you. And sometimes you better be careful what you ask for, and I'll explain. The thumbnail title says it all. Sometimes you just got to say no to a gig. As you know, Valentine's Day fell on a Monday this year, and I usually have a standing evening gig from 6 to 8 in a fine dining room at one of the areas, if not the area's most popular restaurant, downtown Naples, Florida, on 5th Avenue South. It's a restaurant called Biche. I've been there for forever. And matter of fact, I'm their music director. I do all their hiring and orientation and legal stuff with respect to taxes and stuff with respect to the artists that perform and come through the venue. But back to topic, Valentine's Day. The phone just would not stop ringing. And I thought, well, I'm just going to do them all. I don't know if it was me getting greedy or what, but I did 4 gigs on Valentine's Day. They were all 2-hour gigs. That's how I fit them in. Anyway, the first 3 were privates at golf and country clubs, private dining clubs. And the last one was my standard public at a public restaurant, 6 to 8. And my performance from 6 to 8 was absolutely horrible. I mean, at my best, I am a mediocre singer and a mediocre guitar player. And that's why I do this channel, is because if you are like me and you just don't have the talent of a Rick Beato or a few other guys that I can think of that have very successful YouTube channels, musically, those guys are far superior. They're masterclass musicians, what I call musicians. I'm not like that. Where I excel is in the business acumen side of getting gigs and keeping gigs and dealing with venue managers and owners and special events coordinators and those sorts of people who book entertainment at their venues. And that's why I think you should watch this channel. I'm not going to go over a lot of musicality. This channel is dedicated for, I am the example of a guy that's not extremely talented who can go out there and be a full-time musician. Now, there is some level of talent, and again, I'd say my level is right around mediocre, enough to survive in my market for 30 years, I might add. So, back to Monday night, St. Valentine's gigs. I did the first one, everything went great, and generally on Valentine's, I stick to love songs. My genre of love songs are songs all over the map. I'm generally from the 50s and 60s with Western music like doo-wop and love ballads from the 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way up into the 80s. I also do some operatic songs, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm getting at is that my first 2-hour gig was a 12 to 2. It went great. People loved it. It was a background gig, what I call a wallpaper gig. where you want to set your volume down under the room chatter. And that's generally what I specialize in, is background gigs, wallpaper gigs, as we call them, as some people call them. You leave a comment below if you have another term for a gig that's not a showcase gig. It's just atmosphere music, some people say. Okay, so I left there, packed up, and I was able to get to the next venue in 10 minutes. My rig that I use on my solos takes me 3 minutes to load out and have it all packed and get out of the way. So I go and I do my next one. It's 2 hours, and the same thing. I run to the next venue. It's 2 hours. But at the end of that third gig, I started feeling something. So I took a shot of the Singer spray and had a hot coffee to loosen things up. And generally by the end of a gig, if I feel a little vocal stress coming on, I can generally tough it out and make it through the gig. But then I get all the way down to a pack house of easily 250 people at a restaurant, and they're paying top dollar, and I know they want to see some quality entertainment. And I knew going into the first song it just wasn't going to happen. But I'm on the gig, I'm all set up, I'm there on the stage, I'm playing, and I go into one of my favorite songs, My Girl. And man, it just wasn't there. Vocally, the vocal cords were too stressed out from trying to do too much in one day. All the Singer spray and all the hot coffee and hot water and tea in the world wasn't going to fix it. But somehow I managed to make it through the 2 hour gig. I did a lot of instrumentals. I did a lot of guitar work that night, Monday night. And it just wasn't a good performance. And so much so that I'm not going to build a venue. I'm just not going to do it. It's not right. And the reason why I'm making the video is, if you've stayed this long, is because when you do that and you go out and do a crash and burn, is what I like to call it, that is going to affect your branding. And fortunately for me, I'm in a pretty sizable market, and that gig will be gone, and I'll make it up. I played there the following day, great crowd. Played there today, great crowd. I'm there again tomorrow and the next, probably for the rest of my life. Anyway, so there is a pitfall from taking every gig that comes your way, and that pitfall is you can be overworked. And you will likely put in a substandard performance. And that will affect your branding, and it could cause you a setback on your promotion to get more gigs. For me, I'm at the twilight of my career anyway, and I don't do 4 gigs in one day. I haven't done 4 gigs in one day in 15 years. But I thought I guess I got greedy. I don't know, because at the privates, the money is fantastic. So I stack them up. And in the end, it cost me, because I'm not going to charge the 6 to 8 at the restaurant. I'm not going to charge them for that performance. It was terrible. And fortunately for me, I'm the music director there. So I'm not going to fire myself. I'm just going to chalk it up to a bad judgment and move on. And I've got a full season to go. I'm there quite a bit, and when I'm not there, I usually fill in to cover for me. And I've been there a long time, and I'm the boss, or at least of the music program anyway. And if my actual big boss does see this, well, Luca, please forgive me. It wasn't the best performance, but you know what? I'm not charging you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Tick that little bell for notifications of future videos. And please visit my other videos in the series. Again, I'm not going to go over the musicality. That is for other people to show you. What you don't see on YouTube a lot, though, is how to survive in a live local music market. And if you will apply all of the fundamental basics that I've outlined in some of my other videos and in future videos, you will see that you will get a competitive edge over your not adversaries, but fellow musicians, your contemporaries. If you will use good gear, practice good health routines. If you're a singer, well, if you're a guitar player too, I have issues with my fingers as a guitar player all the time. Matter of fact, I got to go get a fake nail put on my index finger. I have what's called pick finger, actually a strummer's finger, strummer's nail. So I get a fit. Anyway, go see the other videos. My name is Moony Mann. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe, tick the bell, leave a comment below. If you have a subject that you would like me to discuss, I'm open for suggestions. Thank you so much for stopping by, Gig Masters. Stay safe, stay well, and let's go get those gigs. But not too many gigs.